110 inside or the evens? What works better? Today, I'm going to show you how to play the evens or 110 inside, and we'll see what the dice decide is the better play. What's up, everybody? Chris the Dice DJ here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today, we're going to be doing 110 inside versus 110 on the evens. All right, so it's basically going to be what rolls more, the 5 and the 9 or the 4 and the 10. All right, I did a video on this, my last video. If you haven't seen, I'll put a card to it up above. But I goofed. I said I was doing like 112. I was doing 122. Simple math, it wasn't working out well. Whatever, we make mistakes. I'm human. So 110 inside versus 112, 110 on the outsides. It does equate to 112 with the VIG after the fact. I'm going to pay the VIG after the fact. $600. Without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. Roll numero uno. Looking for a point. We're on a no point. It's a 5-2 on the 7. Come out 7. And what it's going to look like is a quarter on the 4, 30, 6, 8. Quarter on the 10 for the even player. For the inside, it's going to be quarter on the 5 and 9, 30 on the 6 and 8. Right, so same investment on both sides. That was a highly requested thing when I put out the other video. It was like, why don't you just do it this way? Well, yeah, why don't I just do it that way? That's what I'm doing. All right, 4. Right, so we don't work to come out. So for the inside player, right, I'm going to drop 110. Okay, and they're going to go on the inside for 110. The outside player is going to drop 110. The even player, not the outside. The even player is going to drop 110 as well. I'm going to mark the hits with the orange chips. Here we go. We got 3-1-4 right back. Buckshot, Big Joe, Crapsmaster Journey. All right, so what's going to happen here, right? The outside player will mark it as a hit. The even player, even, DJ, and even. They're going to get $49, right? It's 50 for one, but I don't have $1, so I'm going to pay it. It's 49. Okay, 49. And if you look at it, right, the even player needs 3 hits, potentially 4, but most likely 3 to cover their 110. The inside player needs 4 hits to be totally covered. 3 hits will give them 105, so it will be slightly still invested, but you need 4 hits to fully cover. So let's see what happens. Here we go. We've got a 3-2-5. That will be our next point. 3 to deuce. All right, here we go. Let me enter that into the roll tracker. Bada bing, bada boom. And we've got a 6-3-9. 6 and a 3. All right, so, and I see I already made another error here. This cap needs to be over there. All right, so 6-3-9. We are going to get paid 35 for the inside player. It's hit number 1 for them. And we got a 6-5 mid-mo yo. Does nothing for nobody. Got another 9, 6 and a 3. All right, here we go. All right, so another hit on the inside. All right, it's going to be another $35 for the inside player. Rack that. They're going to need, another 2 hits. The even player still needs a couple hits here. So, and we got another 9. 5-4, the Mac Daddy hard 9 now. That's, what, 3 9s in a row almost, basically. Right, $35 for the inside player. Inside player now is just about covered, right? Just about covered, not fully covered, but just about. Here we go. Got an AC deuce, 3 craps, a little bit of sauce. And there is the 6-1-7. I rolled that. You shouldn't be able to see it. It was a 6. 6-1-7. Okay. So that will be the end of shooter number uno. So we're going to turn this off. I'm going to move these hits over here to the back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rebuy, okay? So at the casino, you wouldn't be rebuying. Your money would get taken off, and you'd have to put a new 110 out. For the sake of time, I'll drop 110, drop 110, and now They are both rebought. Started with 600 bucks. All right. And here's the thing, right? If you play on the East Coast, you pay the VIG on the 4 and 10 up front, so you would have to drop in an additional $2. I was asked to do it with the VIGs on the win, so that's what I'm doing. But FYI, for anybody who's wondering why I'm not paying the VIGs up front, or why I'm even talking about it, because on the East Coast, you pay your VIGs up front. All right, 3-2-5. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's our point. Here we go. Let's get some hits. 6-4-10. All right, so we're going to get a hit on the outside for the even player. 6-4. All right, we'll throw that over there, and this is going to pay 50 for $1. Right, there's the VIG coming out. Rack that. Here we go. And we got a 3-1-4, so we're going to go from one end to the other end. 3-1. All right, mark that up. And that's going to be another 50 for $1 for the even player, right? So now the even player has racked 98 bucks. They are almost out of this hand, right? That's why I said they need 3 or 4 hits. If you get 3 hits on the 6 and the 8, you would need a 4th hit to be fully covered. But 3 now, any hit will get them paid for. And we're going to get it done for the even player. Not quite for the inside guy yet, but we'll see what happens, all right? 6-2-8. Both are getting 35, right? No pressing involved here. Just same betting, just to demonstrate kind of what happens here. Now, if you want to see some kind of pressing or anything, let me know. Put it down in the comments, and I can definitely put a video out on it. Stay tuned. We got some very interesting things coming that are in the works. We got a hard 4, little ballerina tutu, Ian double deuce. All right, so that's going to be another 50 for $1. 50 for 1. Okay. Put it in the rack. Here we go. And we got us a 6-1-7. So the even player there made out a lot better because the 4 and 10 were hit multiple times, right? So again, I'm going to rebuy this back. 110 out here. And 110 out here. Both players are down in their bankroll right now. The even player is just about even. I don't need to clear that. So 110 out for both. All right. The inside player is down a bit. Only has a handful of hits here. That's the hits on the outside are definitely beneficial because they pay better, right? So when you're playing the evens, it pays a little bit better on the 4 and 10. Again, to each their own. You can do as you please. Here we go. We've got an AC deuce, 3 craps. And just like that, basically a PSO, right? Basically a PSO. We're going to have to rebuy back for both players. 110 out, 110 out. All right, we'll turn that off. We'll get this money into the bank where, unfortunately, it does belong right now. And let's see if we can get a shooter who can get us some hits. These strategies, right? If you didn't see the first video, there's an ace deuce on the come out. If you didn't see the first video, it was brutal. My rollout was brutal of this. And you guys know I show you the good, the bad, the ugly. There's a 4-3-7. I'm not going to sit here and try to make it work. This is life for you, man. Life doesn't always work. We got a hard 10, the Old Bay Bushel, right? But it takes, one good roll to really, for any one of these strategies to make their money back pretty quickly, right? Especially on the evens. If you can pop off a couple 4s and 10s, you can get your money back very, very quickly. There's a 5-3-8, right? And if you're pressing, you can get there even quicker. But I'm not pressing in these videos because I don't want the press to affect how each of them does. I'm just same betting them just so we can show the demonstrations. You see? All right, 5-3. Both are getting paid. 35 beans. Here we go. And we got a 6-2-8. So we're going to hit that 8 again, like that. 6 and a deuce. All right, so we'll mark it up as a hit. They're both getting paid 35. 35 here. 35 there. Put it in the rack. Okay, here we go. And we got a 4-2-6, a little bit of lumber. First 6 we rolled, a little 4 and a deuce. Okay, 35 each. Now if you look at the racks, right, the even guy, if he pulled down all his bets, would be very close to the 600, might be slightly in profit. The inside player is down a little bit more. Like I said, those hits on the 4 and 10 add up, and we've rolled quite a few of them. So got a hard 6. Now this shooter is just on the 6s and the 8s, baby. Little double degen in the house. All right, so we're going to go 35 and 35. Again, yes, you could be pressing, but we're not pressing. 35, 35. Rack, rack. Here we go. And we got an ace deuce, 3 craps. Interesting to see here how the 4 and 10 are outpacing the 5 and the 9. 3 9s were rolled on that one shooter, no 5s yet. 3 10s or 3 4s, 1 10. They are outpacing the insides, which is interesting if you care. 5 3 8. Okay, so not a lot different here, right? They're both getting paid 35, and they're both going to rack them. We'll mark that up as a hit there on the 8. And we got a 6-5 mid-mo yo. Does nothing for us. Aces in both places. Aces in both places. I believe this shooter is a 5 away from the small. Midnight. 6-6. All right, now what are they? 9 away from. They're 5. Oh wow, shocker! The 5 and 9. I said they were underpaced. 5 and 9 away from the ATS. Oh, that was a 5-3-8. It wasn't a hard 10. 5-3. There you go. All right, so both are getting 35, and we'll mark up the hit there on the 8. Here we go. And there's the 5-2-7. There she be. There she be. All right, so we're going to clean this up a little bit. Okay, turn the puck off. We're going to rebuy again for 110 on both of them. Good little comeback there, though, for both of the players. The even player looks to be slightly in profit. The inside player still down slightly. Not bad, though. Made a good little comeback there after that rollout with all those 6s and 8s. All right, here we go. 4-3-7 on the come out. Again, we don't work the come out. We don't care. Got a 3-2-5. 3 and a 2. That 3 was leaning up against the wall. Stick would have called it a 3-2. All right. Doesn't matter for us. We're not getting paid yet, right? We need some payments on the. It's the first 5 we've rolled, I think, all day. There's a 5-1-6. 5 and an uno. So both are getting paid here. Right? 35 here. 35 there. To the rack it goes. And, oh, man, we get the 1 hit, and we're out. Right, so we have a decent roll on the previous shooter. Now we're just kind of sucking wind here. All right, 110 again. 110 again. That's why a lot of us say, sometimes it's good to get out of there. You have a good roll, catch a nice shooter, you get out. Because now both are down again. Let's see what we can do, though. Can we come back? Can we come back? Here we go. 4-3 on the come out. Got a 6-4-10 on the end. All right, that'll be our point. 6 and a 4. All right, here we go. 6-3-9. All right, there we go. There's a hit for the inside player. 6 and a 3. All right, we'll mark up that 9. 35 for them. Okay, here we go. Back to back 6-3 9s. Interesting how the when the 9s have rolled, they've come sequentially. Another 9. All right, 35 to the rack. 6-5 mid-mo yo. Doesn't do anything for us. Field strategy would be loving this rollout right now. 6-4 10. All right, so we got a frontline winner, and we also got a payment for our even player. Okay, so we'll mark up that hit. Right, it's gonna pay 50 for $1. All right, and we're gonna turn our puck off. Rack the 50. Dollars to banks. Here we go. And we got a 5-3-8. That is our next point. 5 in a tray. Here we go. 4-2-6. A little bit of lumber. Lumber number 4-2. All right, so we'll mark up that hit. 35 for both players. 35 here. 35 there. To the rack. And we got a 6-3-9. Another Nina. Another Nina from Le Pasadena. All right, we'll mark up that 9. Make sure that goes over there. 35 for the inside player. $3-1-4. Big Joe. Craps Master Journey. All right, so get that there. This is going to pay 49, right? So 50 for 1. So I dropped a nickel out. Going to get $4 and change back. Here we go. Got a 6-3-9 again. 6 and a 3. All right, we'll mark that up. 35. All right, here we go. 6-5 mid-mo yo. Doesn't do anything for us. Midnight, I believe that's the tall. That was a midnight. I believe that is the tall on this shooter here. Set the point at 8, or set the point at 10, 8, 9. Yep, that's the tall. That is the tall. We got it. Wow. What a shocking number this is to see. 4-1-5. First time the 5 is getting paid. Okay. Inside players getting 35. Racking that. Here we go. And we got a 5-1-6. The mixer, Chris at Sideshow Gamble. All right, 35 for both. And we'll mark up the hit there on the 6. Rack this for both players. Now both players are looking pretty good in the rack. The even player is probably just about slightly down. And so is the inside player, it looks like. Not exactly sure. If they pulled down, as I'm saying it, if they would have pulled down the 110 that they had out there, they'd both be in profit right now. But there's the 4-3. So that will take our money down, and we will call that our final shooter for this experiment. Let's see what we ended up with. All right, so we have 4 hits on the 4, 1 hit on the 5, 5 hits on the 6, 5 hits on the 8, 7 hits on the 9, and 2 hits on the 10. So for the 110 inside player, they had 1, 6, 11, and 7 is 18 total paid hits. So 18 for the inside player. For the even player, you have 4, and 5 is 9, and another 5 is 14, and 2 is 16. So they had 16 paid hits, so 2 less paid hits. Let's see where they ended up in the racks, shall we? All right, this is pretty remarkable. All right, so like I said, if they both would have pulled their 110 down, they both would have been in profit. All right, so 18 hits on the inside for the inside player, 16 hits on the even player. The inside player started with 600, ended up with 550, 570, so down $30, right? 570. The even player, 500, 75, 80, 84. $14 difference, right? They lost 16 bucks playing the even numbers. Very interesting how 2 hits less for the even player, $14 more. Yes, the 4 and 10 pay more, but coincidence how close these bankrolls are, right? $4 off or $14 off. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the 110 comparison. Let me know if you guys want to see with pressing. Let me know what you want to see. All right, I love you all. Don't forget you all have a little degen in you, and I will see you very, very soon. Peace.